Hi again, or hello for the first time, depending if you were here before, for part 1. We're doing a part 2. I just had to shift those energies, which there was a lot of intense energies coming through towards the end that we just need to pause and stop and take breaks and moments when there's so much energies, when there are so many of so much energies coming through, to allow ourselves just a moment to pause and integrate and allow the energy and information to come from spirit, higher self, to our soul. So I was sharing about in part 2, the energy update, old paths of finishing, and how someone wrote it's a relief excuse me, to hear that we no longer have to do the work for others. It is done. Instant tears of gratitude. And I shared how so much of old paths of finishing or are finished. New spiritual family links of full faith and trust are replacing the old. Suzanne has shared strong, especially the family of origin parent stuff. Very old. Yes, very old. And how I wasn't sure, January the 1st or the 12th, when it was going to stop or cease, and then towards the end it's going to be on the 12th, and that I'll probably be bringing something through live. Don't know, as guided. It's about changing our whole way of being in some areas to turn our whole attitude around with ourselves. Again, in some way or always within ourselves. Reclaiming our very new facets, newly forming with the arrival of the 2020 energies now coming through. So before I go into further about instant karma, of what I'm calling instant karma, my version, is, I was sharing before, it's like a funnel going in one way. It's like inverting it and flipping it completely around. A little bit difficult to put into words, but I'm not meant to focus on that. I've got to keep going. I'm being guided because I've already spoke about that. There was a gentle warning, and I always say that with love, pure white light, that do not leave this as in tuning into what is best and avoiding or skimming emotions or flying high in the astrals, as instant karma of both utmost positive yet utmost instant mirroring back will occur, as this is already happening. This has already started. So give me a moment with this. I've just got to bring a new link back in from finishing the last one. It's completely altered. So just give me a moment, and I'm just going to flick through what I've written here. So this is breaking through new energy ground for me, coming straight back on. So this is new. So the video before the one I just did, you could call that part 1, that the one I just finished, then part 2, and this part 3. The one on the 26th I did, it took me 2 hours of preparation energies to bring it through. So I'm feeling that again. So I'm just breaking through a whole nother layer and level. It's about staying grounded, grounded, grounded. It's very important to stay grounded and in our emotions, because Spirit is saying my version of instant karma is Spirit shared like a glass, a very flexible plexiglass, and if we throw a pebble of something we're not dealing with, that we're not facing, that we are wanting to do energy work with somebody else when we're not meant to be in that space, it's like throwing a pebble, it'll bounce straight back. That was the vision I was given. So what it means is keep going in all you are and what you're doing, and tuning into and feeling into things. But just be aware that instant karma energy of instantly, because we're finished with old karma. We're finishing all that old karma, gone. So to see with others, so take a step back, stay in your own lane. And that was the first one, 26. Stay in your own lane of energy. It's imperative that we stay in our own lanes. Now, I've got some other bits and pieces, some notes I've made of what else has been happening. There's a new rainbow energy coming through for the collective. I actually picked up on this. Can't even remember what I did this morning. I've just been processing in the flow. As I said, this is my third night and day away, bringing and feeling with no one else's energies to bring this information through. So there's a new rainbow energy coming in. The top, I was shown like a top older rainbow, is a lighter pastel colorings, and underneath there's this new rainbow energy from Gaia, from the solar plexus of the world, is new and different rainbow colors, stronger, clearer, and newer. We'll share more soon what comes. You may have something come through to you. That's fine. What this is for you, this is for me and the whole planet, what I'm bringing through newly. So, because somebody shared with me when I told them this, of the colors of, there's new chakra colors or something, and that's fine information. I'm yet to see what that is for me, for what I bring through, but I can just see them there. I've written, when we're in our natural energy with the divine, following our inner guidance, linked with our emotions, keeping them stable and learning to come into our 0 point. Remember, our 0 point is being conscious of the present moment continually, with a constant link connection with source. Vera Inborg shared in 2017 also that we notice that we are completely in the 0 point field now moment, when uncertainty does not upset us any longer. And I really like that. Overlapping timelines, big time, are now occurring more. We may have read about this. I'm bringing this through as confirmation in real time now. Very many sliding door moments are happening. We're being pushed to do things we felt we were not ready for. This is starting right now. To do so, I know I've shared this before, we must give up gladly a rut, routine, or habit of the old, something, some way of our old self we need to give up. There is a rune for this. I know there is specifically, yet I was not guided to do the rune for it. And again, I spoke about forgiveness of the self is also at the forefront. Don't pressure yourself or give yourself a hard time. A lot of people that really pressured themselves and gave themselves a hard time for how they dealt with a situation recently. And I'm like, stop, please, don't beat yourself up. That was like a refeeling of your whole life, of that way of being. Just say you would get really angry and you fly off the handle. That the other day something happened, then you mightn't have flown off the handle, yet you mightn't have been able to speak up, and you might have been really angry with yourself for not being able to speak up for yourself. Please don't beat yourself up. That was a situation the soul shared with me, and I'm like, please don't beat yourself up. At least you didn't explode with anger. Okay, step by step. It's in layers. We just, next time, just keep encouraging yourself. Be your best friend. Put the stick down. And souls that do this know this. It's just, please, gentle. Please be gentle and loving with yourself, because we give ourselves such the hardest time. And we've got to put the stick down. I've also shared old and new, flipping the old with new, back and forth. Hang in there the best you can with this. The older, the new are flipping back and forth as well. So you can't but help this flipping back and forth as we're readjusting, realigning, shifting, letting go. So what is the point of use that if you're flipping to find a balance with the new, that you then beat yourself up for flipping to clear? It's not fair. I'll stick up for you, and I'll say to you, don't do that to yourself. I quite often say this in a divine one-on-one healing session. Would you speak to me or treat me like that? And they go, oh, no, never. Well, why would you do that? I'm not going to let you do that. I'm going to stick up for you. I'm going to say to you, don't do that to yourself, please. So many of us operated from the head for so very long to cope. Because I know it was tough. And then we would detach and not be in our bodies most of the time to cope with the emotions, and the traumas were so sensitive. So, and now it's time to let go of the control, the masculine ego and the head, that it is safe to come in and feel the emotions with the new divine feminine energies is the message from spirit, is one of the main ones I've been personally delivering to people in healings. It is safe for you to come in and feel now. You need to come in and feel to come into human soul embodiment. But you know what? Not all will choose this. And we need to let them go. It's bigger than us. It's out of our hands. Keep loving you, coming back to you, loving yourself unconditionally. Then all will flow out. When people may book in specifically to ask about finances, to ask about a relationship, to ask about the wife, to ask about the children, to ask about this. Yes, I do healings on families and groups and buildings and houses and conferences and everything, right? But let's go with you and come home to you, yourself. Of learning to love yourself unconditionally is so new and foreign to us that when I come from that pure loving space, I get attacked. I know, it's sad, but true. Now it's to the point for me, you're attacking yourself. If anyone ever attacks me, if anyone, whatever, my space is purely divine all the time. I would not say I'm in a grandmaster's energy if I did not mean it. So no more owning anyone else's stuff. Stay in your lane. Learn to love yourself and listen and pay attention to your body. Please listen to your physical body. Please. There was many gentle, again, spiritual warnings for many souls with their health. Please listen to what your body is letting you know that you may need to tend and take care of. Okay. So there's a release and healing and shift happening with that information right now. A comment was shared recently, and I'm going to share, it doesn't matter about names or people, whatever. I just go by energy, signatures, vibrations, words, energies, okay? Purely energies. Remove all the personal out. And it was written, ask your spirit team to go into the depths of what lies very far under that emotion. Someone was asking, how do they work and whatever on their emotions and their journeys, something along those lines. And they said, ask your spirit team to go into the depths of what lies very far under that emotion and all related to it, and to heal all remaining to be healed there. They know well the path you chose before incarnating and will assist in ways that outstretch what your mind is able to grasp or even consciously ask for. I agree, but only to a point. And this is what I'm going to bring in that's new. And I'm starting to find things that are written, and I'm starting to speak up and voice a new divine truth that, yes, you can ask your spirit and your spirit team to go into the depths of what lies underneath. Remember, all emotions are needed to be felt consciously, of the utmost importance with our new embodiment of a new super consciousness. In regards to the comment, ask your spirit team to go into the depths of what lies very far under that emotion and all related to it, and to heal all remaining to be healed there. Yes, ask. However, that will not remove it all. We need to feel, to release, and consciously. So another common area is also a spiritual mindset of the process being from a thought, then the emotion linked to it. No, that's a mindset of the thought first. Again, and this is that in so much divine love and respect to all, I am just dealing with my truth, with energies of what's being shared that I know differently. This is new ascension. That And that soul may not have meant that. I could have interpreted it this way. So that's fine. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. This is just all in pure love and light. That is not enough. I've written not to stress for others for what they are not listening to or doing for themselves that you can feel and see. We are to get out of others' energy lanes and no longer assist and guide where they're not getting that link in with their higher self. We can speak, pull back and table, but that's it. We need to change how we're dealing with others. Okay. It's also, I will read what I've written here. Remember, this is from of a way seer firstly, as this will and is yet to transpire for many, yet others may also be on the cusp of this themselves, as this is not, I did this last week, I assure you. What I bring through in the updates is new, of another higher level and vibration. There is something deeply within you need to let go of, a way of being or something you aligned yourself with as part of a you, but not the real you deep within. That one is very interesting. This is cultural, ancestral, that came through in our DNA, that come through in our lineaging. That is not the real us, not deep within. It's something we're needing to let go of, and that energy is shifting. And I've got here, it's like an add-on. It's not from your soul's core. Isn't that interesting? I love that. With the new divine feminine energies, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as in, it's time to incorporate a new divine masculine energy as well for a new twin flame energy balance through each of us. This is really good new information right here and now. This is why we needed to let go of all and to come into our new lanes, to bring in not only a new divine feminine, divine masculine energies of the old being let go and released, but also for a new twin flame energy to be created as we are moving into new earth times and energies. This is so new and unprecedented. Triple that wow. And for those that resonate to this will make sense to them. If not, let it go for now. So what I've just shared there, that information came through very briefly recently. People letting go of the old divine masculine, and then with the new divine feminine, it was like it's time to bring in the new divine masculine to balance the new divine feminine. So that's an interesting. And that we are creating a new twin flame energy vibration is the information. I don't have any more on it than that, but I was let know new twin flame with the divine masculine and the divine feminine, new twin flame energy. But because there's so much more going on. I am walking the middle path with January 2020 energies. It's not cynical yet, and however, when one has been on their path for so very long, consciously awake, all the great write-ups that have come to pass are still current, yet more so is now happening. Okay. What I'm saying here is there's so much being written about the energies, and people are going into no longer need to feel the emotions. And yes, we don't have to open Pandora's boxes, but there's a lot of skimming and a lot of emotional bypassing. And I'm just saying, I'm just staying in the middle of the 2020 of energies. I'm not being cynical. But you know what? When you've been on your path for so very long, consciously awake, all the great write-ups that have come to the past are still current, yet more so now is happening. So there's been so much that's been written up in older texts of it's now actually happening. So I mean, what I do say in real time, what is really right here and now and happening, that is being prepared for, taking it as it comes, yet I'm deeply excited, just keeping myself in check and balanced. It's a really good way to be with these energies. Our old way can be to be stubborn and not let go of anger of the past when wronged emotionally or on any layer or level. To forgive, yet the I remember mantra, and say that over and over again, the one I shared recently, focusing on that personal situation. And as we do each time, another layer releases. So this is just guidance. of going through all those years of hurt and pain, going back to source to be able to move ahead onwards and upwards freely with the new January 2020 energies of all in our lives. This is a very new process. So I'm now going into the last section, which the white opal came. And I'm going to read out. I tried to cut it down and reduce, but I got to leave it. I was guided to leave it. And as we do so, we picture the milky opal above us and the astrals in spirit. We picture that energy coming down in through us. As you listen as I read and you feel into the energy vibration from source, higher self, monad, spirit, soul link to this spirit link to the soul coming down, reconnecting in down through to guide, bring through. Opal is a wonderfully supportive stone dedicated to healing and strengthening the emotional body for those willing to peer honestly into the true self. Opal's high internal energy brings thoughts and feelings to the surface for examination and reveals what one's emotional state has been in the past or even previous lives. This amplification and cleansing process may be intense, but over time teaches one to take responsibility for one's feeling while clearing past wounds, fears, and resentments. It facilitates the letting go of negative behaviors, which is what I was just sharing. We need to let go, excuse me, and soothes the emotional body, helping one feel more in control. Helps in becoming more positive, loving, creative, spontaneous. It's known as a stone of happy dreams and changes. Brings happiness from the understanding that one has unlimited potential and is inherently perfect, and that change comes with situations and actions that allows one's aspirations to rise. It generates transformative white opal, generates a transformative and improving systems of the outer planets and the soothing moon attributes, causing us to feel revitalized, healthy, and touching our inner thoughts. It challenges us to begin an inner trip, diving into the depths of our being to discover unidentified and unthinkable secrets, getting restored, revitalized, and much modified. Resulting from this process, you will find a new lifestyle. It can release negative energy, improve human memory. It's a great help, white opal, for those who are used to bottling up their feelings, to be more expressive and release the stress inside their mind, bringing passion, helpful in the love life, dynamic creativity. That's from someone by the name of Pubalen. There's some more here. Identify, release old wounds, fears and anger, old patterns of negativity that harm the self and ultimately others. Infuses the aura with joy and nourishment. Manifests the light of the divine into one's energy. It's marvelous connecting with angelic beings and feeling one's spirit's guides more strongly. It's a wish stone, uplifting those who had suffered many disappointments to renew their faith in life. And that's from the Crystal Vault site. So, dear souls, I would love to share a final bit I've written here of what a beautiful Catherine wrote as I'm finishing winding up the energy. I've waited a very long time to read how beautifully what Catherine wrote on the Blue Beyond guide. She calls me Ms. A. Ms. A is on the front line of humanity's evolution of consciousness. And I'm bringing this energy through, bringing hot off the press, here now, present time guidance from spirit, the divine, source, the supreme being, whatever name chosen to describe the creator. The guidance, love and support I received here in the loving, lighted, truthful space is unparalleled anywhere else in social media. What Miss A is doing here, no one else on the planet is doing or can even do. Bless her. Thank you, Miss A, for making it seem easy to be and do you as you serve humanity lovingly, unconditionally. I just needed to bring that energy through as guided. And it was wonderful. I've waited a very long time, consciously, a quarter of a century in 2020, to read something that I fully resonated to. And I honor this soul and others who can feel the uniqueness in what I'm bringing through to you all, as it is not about me. Yes, it is. Yet it is. You and me equals us. As you see me more, I see you and feel you more too. We are one. We are of the divine. I so honor you and thank you for being here as well. We are new ascending earth masters by emotionally feeling firstly linked with our spirit, higher self to source. Namaste. Please be gentle and forgiving on and with yourself. Keep trusting in your flow, in all you are. It's a new thing to trust ourselves. I only started trusting myself 2 years ago. Trust, trust, and trust. And I know it takes time, but we've so got this. And we're so all doing this together. 4 more sleeps for the 1st of January. Yay. All right. I'm needing to go. The energy is really winding down. Thank you for listening to this one. And hopefully you saw the first one as well, and the one previously before that on the 26th. Okay, much love, Masters. We'll see what I come and share live or write soon. Okay, bye.